Are you having second thoughts about buying the OnePlus 8 Pro? You've clicked the right video. Tagged as the flagship killer year after year, OnePlus finally released a flagship phone. A phone with flagship specs with a lower price tag. This video is going to be my hands-on and unboxing review of the OnePlus 8 Pro after roughly 9 months from its release date. Can it compete to newly released flagship phones? Or is it still worth it to buy the OnePlus 8 Pro? I'll give you guys my initial thoughts and what I feel about this phone. Hi, you're watching Swertech and this is Esert Young speaking. Just a disclaimer, I have already unboxed this phone prior to shooting this video, but I thought it would be nice to share with you guys this awesome experience. Sliding off the cover reveals the subject of this video, the OnePlus 8 Pro. But let's put that aside first. Next is an envelope that includes documentations like the quick start guide and the warranty card. You will also get some OnePlus stickers, a SIM card ejector pin, and a welcome letter from Pete Lau. Next, we have a clear jelly case with OnePlus printed on it. Just below that is a USB-C cable and a warp charger. Now let's take a better look at the phone itself. I want to first talk about its design because it is absolutely stunning. In my opinion, this is one of the most good-looking devices that you can get out on the market. From its display to the beautiful glass back, just the overall build of it looks very professional and very premium. Front and back are made out of Corning Gorilla Glass 5. It feels really good in the hand, it has a nice weight, so it doesn't feel cheap at all when it comes to build quality. The OnePlus 8 Pro has a 6.78-inch QHD Plus display with a 120Hz refresh rate. Definitely an upgrade from its predecessor. From a motorized pop-up camera, the selfie cam is now a punch hole which makes this phone IP68 resistant. The selfie cam is small and not that distracting, but I personally think it could have been better if placed in the middle. As what I've mentioned earlier, the OnePlus 8 Pro has one of the best looking screens in the market. Thanks to its fluid AMOLED panel, colors are accurate, sharp with deep blacks. I am a solid fan of curved edges, and I think its implementation is at par with Samsung's curved screen. So it is a thumbs up for me when it comes to its display. And since it is an AMOLED screen, we are getting an in-display fingerprint scanner just like the 7 Pro. More from its design, the aluminum frame surrounding the device gives a sense of refinement and durability. The overall layout of the buttons and ports remains the same. The dual nano SIM tray, microphone, USB-C port, and down-firing speaker can be found at the bottom of the phone. On the left is the volume rocker. On the right side, we have a power button and a physical alert slider. On top, we have another microphone and an in-call speaker. It does not include a headphone jack, so it is a bit disappointing. Flagship phones nowadays do not have one, so it could have been a selling point for the 8 Pro if OnePlus included a headphone jack. Well, nowadays it is not really a big deal, not really a deal breaker, but again, it could have been better if we have one here. Speaking of battery life, the OnePlus 8 Pro has 4,510 mAh battery, which isn't as big as other flagship phones, but it did well enough. On average, I get around 7 hours of screen time with 120Hz and QHD Plus turned on. So with that being said, if you turn off those features, you'd probably get longer screen time. What does make it worthwhile is its Warp Charge 30. This means it can charge up to 50% in 20 minutes. The OnePlus 8 Pro also has wireless and reverse wireless charging capability. Talking about its platform, the OnePlus 8 Pro runs on Android 10 and is upgradable to Android 11. OnePlus UI skin is user-friendly, plenty of customization options, but nothing special. What I like about OnePlus is they listen to user feedbacks and constantly releases software updates to improve user experience. For the rest of the specs, it is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 865, RAM is either 8 or 12 gigabytes, and internal storage is either 128 or 256 gigabytes. Of course, we have to try its gaming power. Again, I am not a gamer, I just play Mobile Legends on a daily basis, and based from my experience, the Snapdragon 865 did not disappoint. So I tried a couple of more games, and it was pretty smooth. I haven't encountered major lags and glitches. The built-in gaming mode of the OnePlus 8 Pro helps optimize graphics for improved detail and stronger haptic feedback. Now let's talk about the camera performance. The 8 Pro features a quad camera setup. The main sensor is a Sony IMX689, and it has 40% larger pixels than the main camera of the 7 Pro, which means better results when it comes to details and low light performance. Then we have a 48 megapixel ultra-wide lens, an 8 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 5 megapixel color filter camera. It is an awesome camera setup. I am quite impressed with the results. This phone is capable of taking great looking photos. I have to be honest, the shots from the main cam are well detailed. The colors are not that true to life, but it nails white balance perfectly. There is also a good balance between saturation and contrast. The macro mode surprisingly did pretty well. Usually, companies includes a macro cam just for the sake of numbers, but in this case, you get usable results. Now, talking about the selfie cam, we get a single camera with 16 megapixel lens with f2.5 aperture. Selfie shots were decent. It does a bit of beautification, but I guess that's pretty normal with selfie cams nowadays. Overall, the camera performance of the OnePlus 8 Pro is above its price, and the results were absolutely amazing. That is coming from a person who doesn't have pro photography skills but ended up taking really great photos. So is it still worth it to buy the OnePlus 8 Pro after 9 months? Or did OnePlus produce a phone worthy enough to compete with other flagship phones? Absolutely. It is an awesome device. It features a very slick and premium design. The display can easily compete with Samsung's AMOLED panels. Not at all a perfect device, there were a couple of things that could have made this phone better, but all of its specs are top of the line. It now supports wireless charging, it is IP68 certified, it has 120Hz refresh rate, and features one of the most good-looking screens on the market. Lastly, I want to talk about the price. 45,990 pesos is a huge amount of money, but I also think that you will get more than what you paid for. You will get features that can be found on flagship phones that are worth more than 60,000 pesos. So if you're looking for a flagship phone but on a tight budget, the OnePlus 8 Pro is the perfect phone for you. Before we end this video, it's time for another giveaway. Swertech will be giving away OnePlus True Wireless Buds to one lucky winner. To join the giveaway, you just have to subscribe to this channel, follow us and share this video on Facebook, comment your location and full name down below. Lastly, watch the entire video. Again, Swertech will be donating the earnings of this video to the victims of Typhoon Ulysses and Raleigh.